if you had any silver-faced Pioneer audio equipment from maybe 1982 to 1985, you might have had one of these in your system. This is the Pioneer Audio Digital Timer DT-550. Lets you control, say, your tuner or your cassette player, control two items to turn on and off. Pretty much just like any other household timer. Over here we have a main control knob to go to clock adjust setting, a second setting which is interesting. Put it on clock for your basic running. Way to turn your timer on and off, and a sleep setting. Has a nice fluorescent green display. Has two indicators when the AC outlet power is on or when the timer power is on. Right now I have a little lamp plugged into the back and it's on, so that's why the AC outlet power is on. You have some push buttons here to adjust your time for sleep or the clock, fast and slow, and in conjunction with fast and slow, if you press the reverse button, you can go backwards of course, and then there's a second reset button which we'll talk about in a minute. And then you have your off position if you want everything to be off, and on position if you want it to be on regardless of your timer, and then if you want things to be operating on the timer, be it sleep or on and off, you would depress the timer in. Let's look around back for a minute. This is not a very deep piece of equipment. It's only about 5 inches deep, but it's extraordinarily heavy for its size. Pilot lamps soldered in place. They don't want you to service this, do they? Two regular AC outlets, no grounded outlet, 500 watts max. Alright, let's adjust the clock here. Let's start with fast. So we'll start it at 8:16 a.m. Now here's the interesting thing. We'll put it back to clock, 8:16. Now this second indicator right there, what? It's now 6:24? That doesn't make sense. But let's go back to clock for a minute. You'll see the last minute digit is a 6. So what we're looking at here is that last minute digit and then how many seconds. So 8:16 and 47 seconds. Now let's say that your on and off times are not coming on right at the time you want some program or something to turn on. They're off by quite a few seconds or something. If that's the case, and you have a good time source indicator, put that for there, and you know, when you have a good time indicator on your second reset, you can put it back to start over. So now you're at 8:17 and 7:08 and it'll count again. So that's how you make your seconds more precise. You want to set your timer to come on, say at 8:30. Okay, 8:32. And you want it to go off at 8:33. Then you would press your timer, and now things will go on and off, just as an example. So I'm going to set something up here in a minute. I'll be back. Well, I don't have any vintage silver-faced Pioneer equipment, so I'm going to enlist this aid of an old Panasonic clock radio. I've plugged it in the back here. We still have the lamp plugged in the back. We've got our timer set to on and the timer indicator set. And this is supposed to come on at, what, I think 8:32. So we'll just turn to 8:31, so we'll edit out everything in between this and when it turns on. So you've just awoken the music or whatever it is you want. Now this I believe is supposed to go off at what, 8:33. So we'll edit all this out. Don't want to get any copyright problems. And there we go, there was our off time. Alright, let's say you want to fall asleep to music. Put it on your sleep indicator. And you can count down from, I think it's 1 hour and 59 minutes. And set it on timer. We'll edit this out for copyright. And there we go. That's been a quick look at the Pioneer Audio Digital Timer DT-550 from sometime early to mid 80s. Pretty much just a standard clock and timer. Not sure what I'm going to do with it. It's good looking with that green fluorescent display. I can just use it as a clock or sometime have something to plug into it to turn on and off. Hope you enjoyed it. Thanks for watching.